Okay, step one is just to remove the string that's broken or the string that you want to change. Just to be able to see things a little bit better, I'm going to change the A string on this old acoustic guitar here. So you just got to come in here, loosen up the string if it's not broken already, or loosen it if it's broken at one end. Like, just get it nice and loose. Then eventually you can just take this and just pull it out. Just like that. Alright. The next step is to get it out down here with the pegs. So these pegs are in there pretty tight. They make special little tools that you can wedge under there to pop them off, a little keychain thing, or it's like a little special pin puller. But if you don't have one of those, what I would recommend is just getting a piece of cloth, putting it on there, using a pair of pliers, and just really gently pulling it off. The cloth will keep you from messing up the peg. So I'm just gonna take a piece of cloth here, wrap it around just a old piece of t-shirt here, put it on the peg. This way you're not scratching it up or denting it, and just really, really gently ease it out of there. There we go. And there you go. Peg's already out. So you'll notice with these pegs, they have a grooved side and then a rounded side. So the grooved side is always gonna face this way so that the string comes up through that groove and then heads down to the tuning pegs. All right, I'm gonna put my new string in. So you just take the ball end, and that's gonna go down in the hole. And then again, you find the grooved side, and that's gonna face down towards the tuning pegs. Just push it in there, get it nice and tight. Pull that tight, make sure it holds it good. You're good to go. Okay, this is the hardest part of the whole change is how to get the string lassoed onto the tuning peg correctly so it stays nice and tight for you. So the first thing to do, you'll see I have it turned so the holes, I want to get those so they're facing this way, facing back towards down where the string is coming from. So I get the holes facing that way. Okay, a quick look from the top before we string the string through is to notice with these 3 on a side peg heads, the way the strings are gonna always wrap is they're gonna come around towards the inside. Everything is wrapping towards the inside on each side. So everything going towards the inside. All right, so you got your string through and you got it nice and tight. First thing we're gonna do now is get some slack at the nut, and I just put 4 fingers underneath. That gives me the slack that I need. And then I pinch down here with my left hand. Okay, this is the part where you're gonna lasso. So if you bring the shot in over top really quick, what we're gonna do is we're gonna lasso the string this way. So I'm gonna take my slack, lasso it, just like that. So I'll do it one more time. I take my slack and I lasso it 1 turn, just like that. And then bend this string up a little bit. And there we go, so far. All right, so now that you have it lassoed, you can see the lasso there around the outside. What I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna tighten it so that the string will go underneath this little part that I'm pointing at right here. Once it goes underneath that, the winding will just keep pushing the string down, and it will also trap this part. It'll trap this part in between the winds and keep it nice and tight. Turn the string to tighten it. You're gonna keep going, and what will happen is that string will get pinched right in between. Keep it nice and tight. So you just keep turning so that the string goes underneath. Okay, now that it's wound tight, you can see how this part here gets trapped in between the 2 winds. So that first part on top is your lasso, and then once you've wound it, it traps it underneath. So now it's pinched in between those two and it'll keep it nice and tight for you. From there, you're just gonna clip off that extra piece. I like to just go right level with the top of the peg. So right there. So one last thing to keep in mind, when you're changing these strings over here, you're gonna lasso the other direction. So in this case, we lassoed like this. Over here, you're gonna lasso like this. So basically you're always going around the outside and bringing it back towards the middle so that it winds towards the middle like that. Hope this vid helps.